My boss fired 3 people for taking bathroom breaks, so when she had a medical emergency, we reminded her about the no breaks policy. Mrs. Hartley ran our call center like a prison warden. She had one rule above all others: no breaks during shift hours. Not for coffee, not for the bathroom, nothing. If customers are calling, you're at your desk, she'd say during every morning meeting. I don't care if you're dying. You stay on that phone. She installed cameras at every desk, monitored our screens in real time. If you were offline for more than 90 seconds, she'd appear behind your chair like a ghost. Problem? She'd ask, voice dripping with contempt. The first person she fired was David. He'd asked to use the bathroom after 4 hours on calls. I really need to go, he said. It's urgent. She wrote him up on the spot. When he went anyway, she fired him for insubordination. Walked him out in front of everyone. The second was Jennifer. She was pregnant, 6 months. She asked to take a 2-minute break because her back was killing her. Pregnancy isn't a disability, Mrs. Hartley said. Either work or leave. Jennifer tried to tough it out but ended up in the bathroom anyway. Fired within the hour. The third was Kyle, diabetic. His blood sugar dropped during a shift and he needed to eat something fast. He kept glucose tablets in his desk drawer. Mrs. Hartley saw him pop one on the camera. Eating at your desk violates policy, she said. You're done. I watched all of this happen and said nothing. I needed this job. My daughter's insulin cost $340 a month and I had no other options. So I stayed quiet, kept my head down, and peed in a Gatorade bottle under my desk like half the other employees. But I also started documenting everything. Every time she denied a bathroom request, every medical issue she ignored, every cruel comment. I kept a notebook in my car and wrote it all down during my 30-minute lunch break, which was the only break she legally had to give us. Then one Tuesday at 2:47 p.m., Mrs. Hartley came out of her office and stood in the middle of the call center floor. Her face was pale, grayish. Sweat was beading on her forehead. I need someone to drive me to the hospital, she said. Her voice was shaky. Now. I think I'm having a heart attack. The entire room went silent. 40 employees staring at her. Nobody moved. Did you hear me? She said, louder now. I need help. Somebody drive me. Now. I glanced at the clock on my screen. I was mid-shift. So was everyone else. We can't, I said calmly. We're on shift hours. No breaks during shift hours. You made that very clear. Her face went from gray to white. This is different. This is an emergency. So was Jennifer's pregnancy, someone called from the back. So was Kyle's blood sugar, another voice added. Mrs. Hartley grabbed the edge of a desk. Her hand was shaking. I'm not joking. I need to go to the hospital right now. Call 911 then, I said. But we can't leave our desks. If customers are calling, we stay on the phone. Your words, not mine. You're being ridiculous, she gasped. I could be dying. David said the same thing about needing the bathroom, I replied. You told him you didn't care if he was dying. He had to stay at his desk. She looked around the room desperately. Not one person stood up. Not one person reached for their keys. We all just sat there, headsets on, taking calls like nothing was happening. Please, she whispered. Her legs were wobbling now. She looked like she might collapse. I'm begging you. Submit a formal break request, I said. In writing. We'll review it during our next team meeting on Friday and get back to you within 7 to 10 business days. That's policy. Mrs. Hartley's hand went to her chest. She staggered backward and grabbed a cubicle wall for support. For a moment, I thought about helping her. Then I remembered Jennifer crying in the parking lot, 7 months pregnant and jobless. I remembered Kyle's hands shaking when security escorted him out. She pulled out her phone with trembling fingers and dialed 911 herself. The ambulance took 11 minutes to arrive. She was conscious the whole time, sitting on the floor, gasping, while all of us stayed at our desks taking calls. The paramedics wheeled her out on a stretcher. Turns out it was severe anxiety and dehydration, not a heart attack. She was fine. But corporate launched an investigation based on my documentation. She was fired 3 weeks later for creating a hostile work environment. They promoted me to interim manager. First thing I did was put a coffee maker in the break room and told everyone they could use the bathroom whenever they wanted.